Oh, well, hello. I must say, I'm very excited. Um, I've been working diligently. Um, Let me just say, I worked a lot. Of course, the second I start my stream, you start barking, dog. Come on, man. Anywho, I've been working a lot on Dune Mall, right? Hello, Electro. Hello, Explosion Gaming. So I got Tris to help me out. Um, Thank you, Tris. Massive shout out to Tris, no, of course. And I spent about 5 to 6 hours sculpting yesterday. And I think you all will be very pleased with what I have come up with so far. Because honestly, I don't think it looks that bad. We can increase the viewport level here, but like, look at this, bro. This looks pretty good. Like, I'd say this looks alright, man. We can increase these and all this. Like, I don't think that looks that bad. Like, what do we think, chat? Is this good so far? So I could actually go through and show what I've done here real quick. Obviously I did the skull. The skull took a little bit. He kind of looks like Yoshi a little bit. We are gonna texture it. I haven't sculpted it yet. I haven't done any texture to the skin, which is what I will do at some point. Um, I added musculature. I did the fin. I did obviously the legs. I started on the feet. I haven't added the fin for the feet. Um, this will not stay here. That's just a thing that's happening right now. This is not going to be a mesh model. This will be split apart. But I have like the pelvis, I have like the spine, I have like the chest even with like the neck muscles. Like if I take away this, I even have the muscles going into the mouth. I had at one point, I think I lost the piece, but I had like the back of the skull outlined. Like this, we're gonna get to this. Not sure the triangles that are gonna blow. No, okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me go through. Um, okay. This model right now is almost 4 million triangles. That's a lot of triangles. I have a plan, but it has to get worse before it can get better. Number one thing on our list is the tail. I don't like the resolution, and I have an idea on how I could fix that. And it's tied with, okay, so for like, whenever I go to split the model up, I add a loop cut, but then I go into object mode, it messes up the mesh. I have a plan on how to deal with that. Um, like obviously that's not what we want, and it probably entails me having to completely restart on the mesh for the tail and the sculpting and everything, but that's okay. Um, we have to we have to add the armor. That'll probably like the armor on the thing. That'll probably add another about 1 million triangles. We have to do the fins. Let me actually just go down my list of what I have to do before this model is ready to be sent to mall, because I have a list. Um, and I have a plan on how I can get this model from 4 million triangles down to like 20K. Who's pinging me, bro? Who'll be pinging? Someone ping me in my server. Let me open my list. I have to fix the tail. That's what we're doing this stream. I have to add the eyes. I have to add the tongue. I have to add the teeth. I have to add the rest of the fins. I have to add the rest of the armor. I have to sculpt and texture everything on it. I have to vertex paint, which just means I have to paint the model up. I have to separate the limbs. I'm going to increase the size of the fins slightly. I have to, and then I have to fix the intersection joints between like the legs. That does not mean I'm getting the model ready to go into Roblox. Whenever I separate the limbs, that just means I'm getting it ready to finish up the vertex paint and to really to get started on the plan, which is baking the normals. Here's what that means. If I go and I look at... So if I look at this, right, you can see that this is raised. These objects are raised up. They are mounds, right? Like, the hips are raised and such. What baking normals does is after you vertex paint, it takes all that detail and it takes the scope. To my understanding, I could be completely wrong. But it takes all the detail and it flattens it to the base of the model. And just completely removes it basically incinerates, like, it basically just removes all the extra triangles that you do for the sculpting. So it'll still look like it'll still look like this, like for KB. That's what Triss does. Because most of Triss models are in like a couple pieces right now. But Roblox Studio only has a limit of 10,000 triangles per part, which means this thing at 720,000 triangles would not be able to, like, wouldn't be able to go in. But it's a whole process of just flattening all the detailing onto the surface, so you don't really lose any detail. What's up with that, bro? So yeah, like I said, the number one goal for today is to fix the tail. And I have an idea for how I can, but we do really, and don't worry about the way that the reason that it does this is to just make it run better whenever it moves. That's not how it's going to look in game. Hello, Waxen. So we're going to try. Okay. That's okay, I can fix that. We're going to try. Yeah, okay, we're just going to have to do what I was going to do. Anywho. Which means we needed to completely use this. I'm going to try to get 8 tail segments, and I have a plan if this doesn't work as well. We're gonna fill in these. And that is not the ending project. Wait a second. Okay, ignoring the artifacting, because, like, obviously that's a thing. Chat, how do we feel about that being Dunmal's new tail? Like the big, like, tadpole kind of thing. Obviously the artifacting's there. That's a problem. But there is That's that looks all right. Obviously, like I'm not talking about the artifacting, but like the actual tail shape. We're gonna try it. I actually really like that. We're going to do our best to fix this. Can I cut off parts of the model? The thing that I can do? Oh, oh no. Okay. Me before Thanksgiving, me after Thanksgiving. Oh, Void, you do Blender, right? Is there any way that I could fix this? I actually really like this tail design. I think that's what we're gonna go with, chat. Yeah, I think we're gonna. I like that. I'm kind of am sad that there's no Dunkleo tail, but like, I think it's better, honestly. What's this do? Oh, okay. I'm not too worried about the misshapenness of the tail, by the way. It seems to have worked okay. Yeah. It's not great by any means, but oh my gosh, that might actually have just fixed it. I will bring the tadpole tail back, by the way, but I have to fix the artifacting first. So I'm assuming the eraser just erases the sculpting, I guess. Certainly what it looks like. That's such a cool tool to have, dude. What? Okay, that's really cool. Dude, I thought that was gonna take way friggin' longer. My blender just crashed. I'm gonna kill myself. Alright, that's okay. Because what we just did was actually pretty easy. So that's fine. But to prepare for this, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to plummet these friggin' triangles. Yeah, literally zero. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Also, just a quick side tangent. I'm really happy with this fin. I was not expect. This is literally. This isn't even a plane, which is what I was originally gonna try. But you can't sculpt planes. This is just a really small cube. It's a really thin cube. That's literally all it is that I sculpted. And it took me like 5 minutes. It's so friggin' easy. I was worried because I thought that would be really ridiculous. Let's look at this guy without any subdivisions at all. Look at this. Look at this dude, bro. Looks good. Thank you, man. I'm 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 gonna say this. I just want you guys to know that I'm being totally 100% serious. This is my first time ever sculpting a model ever. Like literally, if you are not here for dev streams normally, I had to ask Trist yesterday, like, hey, how do I sculpt? Like Trist had to walk me through it, because I don't I don't do this crap. I'm I don't know how to do this garbage. Like what do you mean? So that is my first ever sculpted model. And honestly, I think it's pretty good. Oh wait, yeah, we don't have we should probably have that on. I see. You know what, that's fine. That's fine. Bam. Who's ready for the artifacting that this is gonna cause? We need 8 segments out of this tail, by the way. And it's gonna look bad before it gets better. Hello, AVG. Oh, you're here. Do you actually, AVG? Would you like to see the actual model that I did with? So I learned sculpting after after I got off, and I was sculpting this guy for like good 5-6 hours, and we're redoing the tail because the tail was not working. Bro, this is actually, I'm so excited for this guy. Doom actually is gonna look so good, bro. If I can, I might see. Here's the problem: is I might have to do the same thing for the neck as well, and that's what I'm worried about. The good news is all the detailing that I've done. All right, I got you, Avo, or AVG. Sorry, you're not Avo. Let me set these and show up in sculpting mode. All right. Oh yeah, because all these are. Bring it up to 6. I'm also going to save this as Dune Mall maybe. Let's see. Yeah, the tail is kind of weird right now. That's what we're working on right now, by the way, AVG, is the tail. Let me actually. So this one's saved, right? If I go into sculpt mode, yeah, it breaks. All right. Let me show you what I've done so far then. Because this is what I have so far. Of the, this is what I've done. Which is, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. Jack up those triangles, I guess. I don't know, man. We can get all the detail that I've been working with. So, like, I think it looks good for my first time sculpting. I like it. I think this is a really good start. Plus, I think we also kind of all decided that that we were going to that we were going to change the design for the tail to be like a tadpole. I have a plan for why I did that, by the way. I didn't just do that just to make it funny. I'm trying to get all the artifacting away from all the sculpted detail that I've already done so I don't erase all of, like 5 hours of work. Blender really just be having a party right now, bro. Look at this. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Use the eraser, because I think the eraser actually will kind of work for this. I got Florodontaris doing mall, bro. That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna try something, and that might completely just destroy everything. Oh, wait, yeah. I should probably actually have that. Okay. I am glad you like it, Avo. Or AVG. Gosh, bro. Sorry. You're not Avo. Avo is a very different person. Nope. I wanted him to be muscular. Like, to really look muscular. And I think I did that alright, actually. He does look very muscular. So. Oh yeah, once again. Alright, let's see if that messes up anything. Oh, wait, okay. Actually, though, actually, hold on. We're gonna try something here, right? Oh my gosh, that is so much friggin' easier than what I thought it would be. Other than this, why the hell are you doing this? Is that a thing in edit mode? I have an idea. First off, number one, let's fix these guys. And let's scale them down and move them over. Bam. Alright. I do have an idea, though, actually. This is uneven. Right? That's not just me. It's fine. Sculpted detail will deal with that. At center. No. In fact, not that. I see. Let's kind of work on this a little bit. There we go. I don't think... What are you... What the heck? What the heck? What the heck, bro? Alright. We're gonna try. Alright. So actually do that first. And dissolve. And we are going to look into this thing. Okay. That should more or less be okay. Like if I bring this over to sculpting, the entire thing freaks the hell out. I have an idea of why that happened. This over to sculpting. Yes, okay. But I know how to fix that. That's fine. Not what I wanted. Go into sculpting. I'm gonna erase all the artifacting. Why is this artifacting now, by the way? What's up with that? Why are you doing this? And why are you not smooth? There's a mirror modifier on you. This is so odd, bro. I don't know why the tail's doing this either. Ugh, alright. We could just... Oh wait, yeah. Should probably... That might be why. I only moved half the tail. Whatever, it's fine. Alright, we're gonna go into sculpt mode. And somehow this is messed up. Can I make this eraser strength just go up like tenfold or something like that? Alright, we're gonna keep trying on this one. Yeah, we don't have a release date. It comes out whenever it's ready. I'm not gonna give myself a release date to pressure myself into releasing a product that isn't good. Even pre-alpha, as terrible as that will be playable. Like it will be an actual game. What the hell, dude? Blender is like, yeah, that makes sense. All right, that's fine. It's fine because I can actually deal with this. Try to clean up sculpting artifacting as much as we can. Where the hell did it go, man? I've lost my Dune Mall. Damn it. Whatever, that's fine. We're just gonna have to retry this stuff again. Alright. Yes, this is going to be a very odd... Wait, what if I just removed all the sculpted detail before I... Would that make things easier? Would that, like, stop the artifacting? I don't think so, but it might help. Yeah, man, this actually just removes all of the sculpted detail. That's crazy. I think that is about it. Okay, so now, if I go into this, and I bring over these guys, I dissolve those, and switch to sculpt mode. There's some artifacting, yeah, but it's nothing, like, terrible. Yeah, if we can get this artifacting fixed, then we chillin', bruh. Oh yeah, I should probably also mention, there is news as far as developing goes. Many of you know Turb, the official concept artist for Colossal Clash. He has been promoted to a trial developer position, and has decided to take up learning scripting and be an assistant scripter, which is good because that's what we need. As like that's one of the things that CC actually does really need. So round of applause for him. He's been very helpful so far. I think he's gonna do a great job. I'm very excited to have him on the team. Even currently, it is just a trial developer position, but I've already told him that I express interest in, if he does show that he is driven in getting the game to a good spot, and I am very interested in making him a fully fledged developer. So yes, he is officially a trial developer, which does not mean that he gets a dev kaiju yet, but he will have access to Argana and Vantage, but Platy I don't believe he will have access to. without permission, of course. Because if he's working on the game, he gets to use Platy if he asks. We're gonna try to not completely destroy this guy's geometry here. Let's see where that puts us. How much artifacting do we have right now? Oh, okay. Alright, I know this looks bad, but like, this actually isn't too bad at all. I'm gonna have to clean up the artifacting as we go and hope that Studio doesn't freak the hell out whenever I export this. I would totally love to see if it does freak out. But the problem is I literally can't put this in Studio right now. There's too many triangles still. There we go. Try to clear up all these wrinkles from the tail. Ah. Aha. Slowly but surely. There we go. And he's a little bit stubby right now, doesn't he? A little bit. Hello, hello, Ackle Phillips. Hello. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to continue to work. Oh my gosh. I just fixed you. But I just fixed you though. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix this artifacting. If this doesn't work, we have a problem. And I'm going to try and fix it then. What happened to all the definition that I did on the feet? I accidentally erased it. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff here. Chat, how are we doing today? If this gets bad, I'll probably ask Trist, like how to fix artifacting. I don't know if there is a way, honestly, but I'll take an okay-ish poke. I won't be able to stream for very long because I do have work today, unfortunately, but that's fine. Alright, yeah, if this doesn't work, we're going to... I have a plan. I don't think it's going to work, but, like... If this doesn't work, I'm going to completely remove the tail from the body and sculpt a new tail. And then just add it to the mesh and smooth out the seam, and then that'll be what we do. I actually do need to send a message in mod chat. Poke, I advise that you go read mod chat in Colossal Clash. Oh, I didn't mean to pin that. My phone dropped. Sorry. my phone fell off my desk. Yes, Poke, I advise that you go read mod chat, because that is a serious thing. Okay, sweet. We are going to go and all right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Do I care for that? The topology's weird. Let's fix that. So, yeah. All right. Let's see how much this messed it up. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this and dissolve all of that. Why are you still alive? Okay, there we go. Okay. Cool. Hello, versus. God. Okay. Oh, I might have to talk to Trist about that. Alright. Here's what I'm gonna try to do. Going to go to edit mode and just completely. Yep, hold on. Should probably do that. Dissolve the vertices. Object mode. Yep, kind of figured. So we're gonna try to delete the vertices and. Oh my gosh, did that actually work? Wait a second. I was not expecting that to work. Okay, hold on. Excuse me? This one, this one, this one, and this one. This one, and this one, and this one, and this one. E, 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 e. What does bro think is funny? Okay. Now. Yeah, I kind of figured about like that much, but like we should be able to fix that with sculpting, shouldn't we? I just don't understand why it's like that. Like, why is this the way that this is when nothing else is like that? My blender just crashed again. That's crazy. It looks like a tripod fish. I'm trying to fix it, brother. Alright. Here is what we are going to do. We're going to completely redo the tail. You know what? That is fine. I'm actually not too salty about it. If I remember right, I should be able to merge the vertices together, right? So the reason that I have to redo the old tail is because I couldn't. So the way that I'm going to do these is I have to split the model up to rig it, because I'm not doing deforming mesh. I don't want to figure that out, and I honestly just don't have any. I don't have any desire to do that, basically. And I hate weight painting. But I couldn't split the tail apart. I did like the old tail as well, but I couldn't actually split the tail apart to make it deform at all. So it was just something where it's like, I have to, like, not use that. We're going to... Why do you have... Oh, because I put you in on edit mode. Great. So you are part of the exact same thing, which is awesome and not infuriating at all, and totally doesn't mean that I have to restart. It's going to be a little bit rough, but that's okay. That's the wrong part to put on edit mode. We need this on edit mode. So in here, delete the vertices. Object mode, yes. And we're going to plummet this thing's triangle count. Bro, someone's dog's going friggin' insane out there. What do you mean just separate the tail in edit mode? My problem is it's artifacting as well. If you actually like know how to blender, then you probably are better at blendering than I am, to be honest. I'm not. I am very new to this. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do 8 tail segments. And now we get to merge. Second one select is the parent, right? I don't remember how to merge these guys. Probably join, right? If I'm being honest. Probably. Yeah, there's probably going to be some artifacting issues right there, but that's okay. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to see. Yikes. It's okay. I can actually, I have an idea, actually. Yeah, and the vertices are something that I'm going to be working on. I'm not to that stage yet. Bam! Look at that. That's not terrible, actually. I don't hate that. little bit short, but that's okay. Scale on the Y. Now, in theory, I should be able to separate this and just be chilling. In theory. Chat? Right? Yeah? Let's get to sculpting on this tail, bro. Been doing this for an hour, dude. That's crazy. So we're going tadpole, right? What does this do? I actually just don't know what that does. Whee! This thing, by the way, the dial. I don't know what that does. Angle. What? Okay. Just grab. Let's get the proportions on the tail, actually. Or, hear me out, actually. Go straight into edit mode and have my blender crash. That's okay, though, because I saved it like a smart fellow. Not a smart fellow. Fart smello. Yep, that one. Come on, Blender. Don't be like that. Shut up. That's gonna have to do. So we are just gonna pull that down. Let's change the viewports. Okay. Tail as a whole is kind of too thick, isn't it? That can go up. I just realized this guy, freaking Dunmal's tail is kind of gonna look like Platy's tail blade, but that's okay. Alright. Bro, dogs, what is your problem? Like, I know they're barking at nothing, but like, alright. What? Alright, let's do the eraser and erase sculpting here that I've done. Alright. Let's see. So this needs to be thinner. Kind of taper down. Could be thicker at the base, probably thicker till about like here, so a third of the way, halfway up. This needs to be bigger as well. Let's do that. So let's highlight these. Oh my gosh, you guys are fine. That's the wrong scaling. There we go. Now, how does that look overall? We should probably skinny this up though, shouldn't we? Just a little bit. Also, yes, don't worry, I will smooth this transition as well. I almost said transmission. I'm not gonna smooth out the transmission. Dude, Mall can't drive. I actually do really like that. Now we are going to go and make this larger. And that should be as simple as that. Bam. We're going to kind of sculpt the tail fin in, I guess, then. First off, we need to smooth this transition here. So let's do that. It's okay if the mesh is messy, not if the mess is meshy. feel like that's fine, actually. Alright. Let's see what all we can do here. I should probably actually outline the tail, shouldn't we? And then now we're going to smooth this stuff out. Doesn't look too bad, but I think it was a little bit strong. Look at that. That doesn't look too bad. What does this one do again? We do have to actually add in the texture for the tail now, though. That's not what I need. And we're gonna really crank down the effectiveness of that smooth tool, and then bam, that literally might be the tail completed. Now, in theory, yep. Yeah, sure. Cool. I like it. Let's save that. And just to check. Yes. Okay, sweet. Poke, what do we think? Thank you, dogs. Appreciate it. Let's see what this looks like at 4K Ultra HD. Look at that, dude. That actually looks pretty good. Alright. So we've fixed the tail. We're going to now attempt this. Okay, that actually didn't mess it up, like, at all. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of artifacting here, but that didn't mess it up too bad. So I wonder, then, was it B and C? No. So I want him to have 3 joints in his neck. There's a little bit here. Yeah. There's some overlapping geometry here as well. Yeah, sure. Alright, I like that. There's a little bit odd on texture, but it didn't completely shatter like the freaking tail did. Alright, cool. So that is... Wow, okay. And just to make sure, object mode is not broken either. Wow, look at that! Yeah, a little bit, but that's fine. Like, this is the first model, that's fine. Look at that, dude! That looks great! Like, this guy looks great! Look at him go! I'm gonna save this, dude. This is do them all. Look at it, brother. Look at this man. This guy looks great. Yo, I can knock that off my list. What's next? Add the eyes. Okay. Cool. These should be pretty easy actually. So we are going to mirror these across that and add in a multi-resolution and subdivide these to 4 because they don't need to go any larger, and bring these guys over to the sockets that they are in or will be in, and set these guys in here. Sweet. How many triangles are you? 6,000 triangles. That's crazy. All right. We're going to start sculpting these eyes then. In theory, no. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. No, I didn't say Siri. I said in theory. My theory thinks I have a lisp. Thank you, Siri. Appreciate it. All right. What does this do again? Like, actually have no idea. Let's look. Might as well. What do you do? Transform specifically mesh boundaries. Okay, I don't know what that does still. That description did not help me at all. My first ever experience making eyes. And these, not gonna lie, kind of suck. Looks really stupid without his without his teeth. Also kind of looks angry. Let's fix that. Dunmal's chill like that. He shouldn't be angry. More it looks messy. That's okay. What? What? What do you mean? Fine. I know how to deal with you. Get the hell out of here. Object mode. Mirror. Across the cube. Bam. I need you. I need you to be okay. Blender. Come on, bro. Don't be like this. You know what? We're going to work on those later. That's what we're gonna do. I'll research how to do the eyes well. And my stream just crashed for me on my phone. What's up with that? Okay. Let's work on those teeth, I guess, right? No, not geometry nodes. We need a mirror modifier. Cube. think this guy had one pair of top teeth. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to, first off, we're actually going to do teeth the way that I know how to do teeth, which is, of course, in edit mode. How are we looking so far? Not wonderful. But you know what? That's okay. Let's actually angle these and put them in the mouth. We're going to add multi-resolution. Go to layout to first we're going to apply that mirror modifier. Next we're going to add multi-resolution. Bring them up to 4. Go back into edit mode. And overall just make these guys larger. Go into object mode. Alright, these are looking a little bit goofy, but I can fix these actually. Go sculpt. We're gonna sculpt these up then. Oh wait, yeah. If I do this, why are both of them are not? What's up with that? Why you no worky? What's wrong with you? Sculpting. It should be working. Multi-resolution, yeah. Subdivide, yeah. Cool. Cross, maybe it's the y-axis, I guess? No. X-axis? No. Z-axis? Huh? Why no worky, bro? What's wrong with you? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Completely remove that mirror modifier. And we're just gonna model one of these guys and then mirror it over. He looks so happy. Look at him, he's so happy. He's so happy, man. Sponge Mall, that's crazy. Hmm. I really need to bring this over, don't I? I wonder if there's a way that I can actually get something like sharp. Like, you know, teeth. What does this do? Those are some gnarly friggin' chompers, dude. Look at those. Look at these chompers, brother. Let's fix that. I mean, Dune Mall has a really nasty friggin' bite, but like, it's not because he got vampire teeth. He don't. What the piss? What do you mean, bro? I don't like those teeth at all, dude. Alright. That alone is 6,000 triangles. That's insane. Scale these up and move them down. And we're gonna bring these like that. Oh, yeah, I'm not. I don't have that selected. That's why it's not doing anything. Durr. All right. How much does this mess up? That is a lot of mess up. Yeah, I'm not exactly done with them yet. Hmm. Let's get some grooves put in here, I guess. Alright, now we are going to... I don't like those. Okay. Honestly, we did my goal. I think that's kind of going to be it for the dev stream today. So I thank you guys for stopping